What's up? Welcome back. I'm Money Green, and this video is brought to you by Rap Snacks. That's right, Rap Snacks. And here we have the Honeydew Cheese Puffs by Trina. Ain't Trina fine? Anyway, let's get down to business because we got another female rapper, another woman rapper to talk about. Nicki Minaj. Tell y'all something. I'm gonna give props to Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna give props to her. You know why? A lot of things weren't going her way. Seems like the powers that be were messing with her and stopping her from doing some of the things that she really wanted to do. And she hasn't had the, I would say, the support and the momentum behind her like she normally would. So she was on top for a year. She's probably on top, maybe the top woman rapper for about, what, 5-6 years or something like that. I can't recall the actual number. Somebody comment and let me know how many years she was dominating everything. But lately, probably the past 2.5-3 years, her stuff hasn't blown up, you know what I'm saying? After that Anaconda and Anaconda song. Shout out to Sir Mix-a-Lot, who she sampled from. But she fell back. Then she did the Apple Radio, Queen Radio. But she fell back, you know what I'm saying? And got into a relationship. She fell back from Safari, fell back from Meek Mills, got into a relationship with her homeboy Kenneth Petty. And then she laid even lower, fell back, and she got married. She wasn't out there doing all this crazy stuff with music. She was just chilling, getting her personal life together, probably recharging her batteries. And it turns out that first, her brother has to go to court for all this kind of stuff. So all this kind of stuff really hit hard after Remy Ma went at her and dropped that major bomb on her. Her brother gets caught up in child abuse, pedophilia type stuff, having sex with a little kid. Then it turns out that her boyfriend, now husband, got caught up in a quote-unquote rape case. Well, it's a rape case. There's no quote-unquote here. A rape case 26 years ago. Now, it turns out that they say he was 16 and the girl was 16, or he was 15 and she was 16. Whatever the ages, they were both under 18 in the state of New York. And they had sex. And they say the girl's mother found out, and they said, well, it was a rape. But on Kenneth's side, they say we was in a relationship. We were always having sex all the time. And now all of a sudden, he's trying to say rape because her mother found out, or mother got mad about something. Then they also said that he put a knife on the girl and forced her to have sex with him. All that's confusing, but he was charged. He was sent to jail. So that's just the backstory in all this. 20 years later, whatever, 25 years later, Nicki Minaj and this man, Kenneth Petty, get married. Just got married, a few months ago. And her brother, Nicki Minaj's brother, just got sentenced a couple of months ago, whatever. He got locked up. Trial didn't go his way. So Nicki, every time she's trying to get back on her feet, something else happens to her. That happened to her brother. Nicki had to deal with people yapping about all that. Yeah, but all that calmed down. Now what happens? Her husband gets arrested for not registering himself as a sexual predator or former sexual abuser, whatever, in California. So he's registered as a sex offender in New York, where he lived when he got out. Now they're trying to say, well, you live in LA now, you need to register here. Nicki can't catch a break. And some people saying it's a conspiracy. They're getting on her for some things she did in the past. Other people saying, no, that's just LAPD or whomever going at her and they just being petty. You know what I'm saying? Like her new last name. I don't know what it is, but Nicki does not deserve this. Now, to play contrarian, because I hear a lot of people, and I read a lot of people saying, look here, you married a sex offender. He's a known sex offender. You married him, it's your fault. You asked for all this. But if you marry someone like that, then you know what's going to come your way. On the other hand, if he was in a relationship with her, which Nicki believes, and she knows because they grew up together, he was in a relationship with that girl, and then they try to put them charges on her. And it's 25 years later. So say he didn't do it. All right. Say he really didn't rape his ex-girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, and they put these charges on him. It still looks bad, even though he was innocent. A lot of us get found guilty for things that we didn't do. We know how that works. Say he did it for real. It was 25 years ago, and he did his time, and he's a man now. He was 15, 16 when it happened. 25 years later, he's a man now, grown man. He hasn't offended anybody else. He hasn't done any rapes or anything. And they still put this on him like that, and it falls back in her lap. I don't care if you're a fan of Nicki Minaj or not. She does not deserve this to fall back on her. Now, the only thing I can say, because what if they weren't living in LA? What if they were just out here visiting, or they stay out here from time to time, but he really lives in New York? Then California just messing with him, and they getting some nice bail money. Because one thing about states, they love getting some bail money. That's more money in the pot for them. So and they get their name out there. But some people saying, no, we're just being safe, and he's a sex offender, and he needs to register himself, so we're keeping our community safe, or wherever he lives, we're keeping him safe. Now, check this out. Nicki Minaj, the one thing I will fault her on this. Here's the one thing I will fault her. Yes, she married him and knew what he'd been through, but she knows his true character, and she knows who he is. She knows this man for 25, 30 years, so she knows exactly who he is. Here's the one thing she can be at fault for. When you're in that position and your name is that high and you have a lot to lose, you have to cover all your bases. Every last base. You cannot get caught slipping. So how did she get caught slipping? She should have said, we're going to be out here. I know you're not a sex offender and you registered in New York, or blah, 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 blah. But register out here, because when we're in California. Just do it. I know you don't want to, but just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because then people come down on you. It's going to be a whole bunch of hoopla, cameras everywhere. People are going to be asking me questions. People are going to make videos about me and all this kind of stuff. Go ahead and register as a sex offender in Los Angeles. That's what she should have did. She didn't do that, or maybe she did it and he didn't listen. And now you have all this kind of stuff, and it makes her look bad. It makes him look bad, because people only see sex offender. Nicki Minaj's sex offender husband. That's all they see. You know what I'm saying? Not giving him any benefit of the doubt. So she has to cover herself. And he, as a man, this is even worse than Nicki not covering herself. He, as a man, needs to protect the woman he's with and cover himself. He knows all these cameras are on her, and paparazzi are on her, and the blogs are on her, and the news are on her, and Wendy Williams is on her. What's that, the little Hollywood Unlocked dude, the chubby dude? He's on her. He should know that he needs to cover himself and keep his nose clean, so no negative attention will be brought on her. He has to do that. So this is way more important than somebody just walking up on her in Trinidad and Tobago and he pushing them off for being rough with him. This is way more important than that. He needs to keep himself clean to make her look better. You know what I'm saying? She's up here, he's down here. Don't bring her down. Don't bring her down by your actions. Keep your nose clean, stay strong, support her, and keep your ass out the press with negative stuff. That's what he should have did. So please like and subscribe. I appreciate all the new followers. Y'all, it means the world to me, all these new subscribers coming in. I really appreciate it, because I've been putting a lot of work in. It's only been 2 months, but your boy's been working. I'm Money Green. Talk to me. Make money, money, go shopping. Soon another video will be dropping.